I never imagined that one evening could unravel 7 years of marriage so quietly, so smoothly, without a single shout or slammed door. But sometimes what destroys you isn't anger. It's the slow, suffocating sting of being made small in front of others, while the person you love pretends not to see it happening. When Lauren mentioned the reunion, I didn't think twice. Just old college friends catching up, she said. I told her she should go have fun. But she hesitated just a flicker, and then said I should come too. It'll be good to show everyone how well we're doing, she added, almost like a sales pitch. Then she mentioned his name, Ethan. Her college boyfriend. The one who existed in that hazy space of old history that you try not to think too much about. When I asked, "That Ethan?" she nodded too quickly, like she'd rehearsed the answer. "Don't make it weird," she said. I tried not to, but something in her voice lodged itself under my ribs. A few days before the party, I heard her laughing on the phone, light, warm laughter I hadn't heard from her in months. When I walked in, she cut the call instantly, too fast to be casual. I'd already seen his name on the screen. I didn't bring it up. I wanted to believe trust still existed between us. I wanted to believe I wasn't imagining things. The night of the reunion, she spent an hour getting ready. New dress, curled hair, that perfume she rarely wore anymore. She looked breathtaking. But the realization hit quietly. She hadn't dressed like that for me. The venue was full of laughter and nostalgia. And then I saw him. Taller than I expected. Confident in that effortless way some people carry without trying. He greeted her first. Their hug was familiar. A few seconds too long. A look that lingered a moment too deep. Not inappropriate, but unmistakably intimate. When he turned to me, he smiled. "So you're Daniel. She used to talk about you." I smiled back. "Hope it was good." He laughed. "Mostly." Lauren glowed around him. Every inside joke, every shared memory, every touch on his arm when she laughed. It was like watching her step back into a version of herself I had no place in. I sat there, smiling politely, holding a drink I couldn't taste. At one point, she leaned in and asked, "Are you okay?" "Sure," I said. "Just hard to compete with history." She gave a weak smile. She didn't disagree. Later, the group decided to share old college stories. When it was her turn, she chose their story. Their award as cutest couple. The room laughed. Ethan laughed. She laughed. And I sat there pretending it didn't feel like a punch to the chest. When Ethan raised his glass to old memories, she lifted hers instantly, smiling. I didn't raise mine. I just watched. Then the dancing started. Ethan held out his hand to her. "For old time's sake," he said. She looked at me, waiting for permission. I felt every muscle in my body screaming no. But I just nodded. "It's fine. Go ahead." They danced slowly, closely. Her arms around his shoulders. His hands on her waist. She looked happy. Not like she was remembering something. Like she was returning to something. I remembered the way she looked at me on our wedding day. Like I was her whole world. Tonight she didn't look at me at all. When the song ended, she came back flushed, smiling. "You're not upset, right?" "No," I said. Though something inside me had already broken. The car ride home was quiet. She scrolled her phone. I stared out the window. Finally, she said, "You were acting weird. You made things awkward." I let out a small laugh. "Sorry for not being entertaining enough." She sighed. "Ethan is just part of my past. You're the one I love." But the words felt thin. Like she wanted them to be true, not that they were. At home, she went to bed. I stayed on the couch in the dark. My mind wouldn't stop replaying everything. Around midnight, I walked into the bedroom. She was asleep, her phone lit beside her. A message from Ethan appeared. "It was really good seeing you tonight. You haven't changed." Her reply was recent. "You haven't either." Felt like old times. That was all. No secret affair. No confessions. Just a truth whispered between lines. She still belonged to the version of herself that came before me. I wrote a note and left it by her pillow. "Lauren, last night showed me something I've been refusing to admit. I've been trying to hold on to us while you're reaching backward. I can't fight someone's memories. I won't compete with a past that still owns your happiness. So I'm choosing myself. I'm walking away. Take care, Daniel." I left before dawn. No fight. Nothing shattered. Just silence. 2 months later, I heard she tried calling, texting. I didn't respond. I don't hate her. I don't love her either. I just feel nothing. And I think that's how you know a story is over. It wasn't the dance that ended us. It was the moment she stopped seeing me as someone worth protecting. When the person who is supposed to be your safe place makes you feel small in front of others, that is where love ends. So I walked away, not because I stopped caring, but because I finally remembered I should care about myself too.